Hello, hi Marisa. Hello. How you doing? It feels so long since I last streamed. I did not stream on Monday or Wednesday, which is such a abnormality for me. I had a busy week at work today. Well, this past week. Finally made it through the week, and the work is done, I guess. But yeah, how you doing? Dang it, I realized I should have turned the low latency feature on for the stream. The chat is going to be a bit delayed for me, but I'll remember to turn it on. Marisa says, I'm pretty good right now. Yesterday, I basically finished one of my favorite games and got to meet some pretty nice people. Ooh, that sounds pretty nice. What game was it? I've recently seen some Cult of the Lamb gameplay. A person online basically gave me footage of their gameplay to edit, because I know some basic editing. I don't understand the game at all, but I'm learning it just by editing the video. Arpit says hi, hello. Okay, I'm here now. Hello, how you guys doing? Let me get my Chrome window up. Okay, there we go. Cool, how you guys doing? Today we're doing number of islands. This problem here. We've been doing blind 75 list. We went through arrays, skipped binary, did dynamic programming questions finally, and then we're on graphs. I think I learned my lesson from last time. I think at a certain point, if I just don't know how to do it, I should just look up the answer, because eventually, if I don't know how to do it, there's no chance I'm gonna think of the answer most likely, no matter how hard I think. Or chat is gonna tell me. But looking up the answer after, I don't know, 20 minutes of brutal thinking is better than eventually getting it in 3 hours, you know? Save some time. Anyways, number of islands, medium problem. Oh. Apparently I've solved this before, which gives me hope, but I don't remember it. Give an m by n 2D binary matrix, binary grid, which represents a map of 1's land and 0's water. Return the number of islands. An island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands vertically, horizontally, or vertically. You may assume all 4 edges of the grid are all surrounded by water. All 4 edges, like these sides. Yay, let's learn some graphs. Hi, Caitlin. Hello. Mario says, if it doesn't work, remember, water no longer can flow diagonally. No, I still remember that problem. The problem from last time. Apparently we're working with Minecraft physics last time. Water can't flow diagonally. My answer would have been right if the water can flow diagonally. That is so BS. We're going into the arena, there is no choice. Contest tomorrow? Oh, I'm probably going to do the contest tomorrow. Yeah, it sucks I can't live stream them anymore, but I can live stream them to a private stream and then release them later on, so that's something. Okay, anyways, so apparently we're given a grid of numbers like this. 1's represent land, 0 represent water. It's another water problem. Okay, and we're supposed to identify the number of islands in this map. So I guess the island is like here, all the ones here, here, and here. Everything is connected, you know? Okay, and the second example here is this map. So we have one island here, this 4x4 on top over here. We have this one here, and then this one. There's 3. Oh my goodness. It's another one of those diagonal cases. Apparently, if land is connected diagonal, it doesn't count as connected. Okay, well, Marisa's hint was actually very relevant to this problem once again. The input size is really small, yeah. So if... is it like this in Minecraft too? I don't think it matters in Minecraft, but... No Condom Chris says no one cares if you really strim. Arbitr's ratings updated yesterday. Mine for sure dropped. I only solved one problem because I arrived an hour late. You guys want to see how much mine dropped? Is it a graph problem? Oh, I'm still in the 1600s. I thought for sure I would be down like a lot. Alright. We get that shit back up. Thank you. The key is to not arrive late to contests. See, it's daylight savings time. I blame daylight savings times. And also my mistake of not reading the updated time. In Minecraft, water can flow diagonally, and you can connect island diagonally. Oh, so this is even worse than Minecraft. So this over here, this 4x4 over here is considered one island. This is considered one island, and then this is considered one island. In Minecraft, this would have been one island. Okay. I have an inkling of how to do this. I think we have to iterate, you know, for every single block over here. I'm just going to call it block Minecraft terms. So for every single block, you iterate left to right, top to bottom, look at every single block. And then for every single block, we're going to do perhaps a DFS. I don't think it matters if it's DFS or BFS. Basically, we're going to start from this block and then, you know, expand outwards, see what lands are connected to it, what blocks are connected to it, go, you know, up, left, right, down. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is we're going to maintain a list of all the visited nodes, you know? Yeah, all the visited nodes. And every time we visit a block, we're going to mark it as a visited block. And then every time we go to a new... Okay, so when we're done with the DFS search in one block and we move on to another block, if that block... Maybe I should get out my pen tool. Okay, yeah. So we're basically going to go left to right, top down, iterate through every single block. Let's say we're on this block, right? We're going to do a DFS search this way and that way, but we cannot go diagonally. That's the key, we can't go diagonally. Right? We're going to do DFS to see what blocks are connected to it. So, and then we're going to mark which ones are visited. So this one is visited, that one will be visited, that one will be visited. So we're done with the first block. And then when we go to the next block, after we're done with the DFS, we're like, okay, this block has been visited. We can skip it. That's already part of an island. And then we go here, that's not a one, that's not a one, that's not a one, so on, so on. You make it past these two rows, right? And you're like, okay, we've seen one island so far. And then you go here and you're like, oh, this block hasn't been visited. So you can start DFSing over here. But of course, all the blocks surrounding it are zeros. You can't expand outwards with this one. And then you keep iterating and you're like, oh, this one is, we can iterate from here. DFS outwards, which will eventually get this one. And then you look at this one as the last block after your DFS search. And you're like, oh, this one is already taken, so we can't look at it anymore because it's already visited. Yeah, so every time we come across a block, you know, outside of the DFS search that has not been visited yet, we'll increase our island count by 1. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, the question is, how do we store which nodes are visited? You know? Do we store maybe a set of row column tuples? Is that how people do it? Or another array that stores... You know what? Maybe another array that stores Boolean values. I think I like that better. Detol Skincare says, are you Indian? I am not Indian. I do know a lot of people who are Indian though. Sai says, yo chat, I am back. Hello Sai. I kind of regret today not... Usually you can set chat to be like low latency, but I actually set it to just, well, you can set chat to ultra low latency, but I actually set it to just low latency today, which is fine, but I can't interact with you guys as fast. And you can't change it while you're streaming, so kind of sucks. Dead Toll says problem name, it's number of islands. Yeah. Okay, I have an inkling of how to do this. We're gonna make a visited 2D array, which is equal to, we're probably gonna have to do some sort of list comprehension, right? Like 0. Wait, how do you do a list comprehension that makes a 2D array? So for every row, we have a column. How many columns do we have? Grid 0, the length of grid 0. Ah, I see, like this, huh? And then you times this by the length of the grid. So this gives you length of grid rows, each with length of grid 0 columns. This is so confusing. They say m by n, right? Okay. Let's say m is equal to length of the grid, n is equal to length of grid, the first row, any row. And then we can be like, okay, that should give me my Boolean matrix, no? Let me just do a sanity check. Print visited. Oh, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, that doesn't seem right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, it's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 rows. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna just set this to false, and then false for clarity. I want it to be a Boolean 2D array. Okay, so next step, we want to iterate left to right, up and down for every single block. Yeah, so for a row in M in range, wait, no, you can do this for every row in grid. Wait, no, I want the indices. So for every row in range M, and then for every column in range N, we have to do DFS, right? On the row and column. We're gonna probably implement this function later. We'll just leave it like this for now. Wait, we have to, there's only certain conditions we can do this, right? We can only start DFSing on it if the block has not been visited before. So we can do if not visited, the current row, column, then we do the DFS. And then we also have to increase our island count if we see the block, a new block hasn't been visited yet. So we're gonna do island count. It's an island count. Yeah, so if we see a block that we have not visited yet, we increment our island count plus equals 1, and then we DFS it. So we mark all the blocks connected to this block as visited. Cool, and then at the end, we return island count. There we go, right? Okay, now the hard part. We have to implement the DFS. Oh boy, I hate this. Def DFS DFS. This will take in a what did we say? Row column. Okay, row comma column. I don't think we have to pass in the visited variable. We can just access it from within the function, but this also means that I have to define this function beneath the declaration of visited so I can actually access it. Okay. DFS, what the heck do we do here? So we should probably do an out of bounds check first. Yeah, in case we're out of bounds. So if the row is less than 0, or the column is less than 0, or the row is greater than or equal to m, or the column is greater than or equal to n, then we're out of bounds and we can just return. We don't have to return a value, right? Because we're just marking if we're visited or not. There's no like stuff to return. Okay, so we're guaranteed to be not out of bounds now. What now? Maurice says, by the way, is it supposed to be that the chat doesn't show on stream, Twitch, and YouTube? Oh, there we go. I turned it back on, sorry. I turned it off for one of the... I think I turned it off because I was doing a Leetcode contest to symbolize that I'm not reading chat. But as you can see, it doesn't matter. I can read it anyways. Nice. Okay. Okay, what happens here? So, did we just start doing the work of the current block? So, if the current... Wait, what are we doing? So, if the current column is equal to 1, do we need to track if it's visited? It's kind of guaranteed to be not visited, right? Because the current block is that you're iterating from is not visited. So we probably don't need to worry about stuff being visited already. We just need to worry about it being number 1, right? Land. Okay, so if we see land, we just mark it as visited. That's it. So if grid, row, and column is equal to 1, meaning we're on land, then visited row column is equal to true. Yeah. And then we iterate. Oh, we have to iterate top, down, left, right, right? I've seen people do it. Okay, last time I did the really dumb way, which is row column differentials. Wait, actually that's a valid way, no? Movements is equal to okay. No, I can do this, right? I can define my movements as a difference of my current block. So to go up, I have to minus the row. -1, 0. I'm using lists, but I can probably use tuples, right? Oh well. And then left is row stays the same, column -1. Right is row stays the same, column +1. And then moving down is row +1, column stays the same. Yeah, okay. We're doing the smarter way now. Okay, so for every movement in movements, we do a row. Should I extract out the different elements in variables? Would that make it more convenient? DFS. No, I think I'll just type it out directly. DFS row plus the movement. Are you part of the movement, guys? Movement 0, comma, and then column plus movement 1. Yeah, that should be it, right? Do we need to take care of the case where it's 0? Oh, we probably do. Because if it's 0, then we should stop traveling from there, right? We just end our journey there. Sai says I use brute force with recursion. I think that's what I'm doing too. Are you part of the movement bad out of context? Oh, Sai already did it. Nice. Good job. So there's one more case here. If the current grid row column is equal to 0, you return true. Oh, I could just put this as an else statement, right? What else could it be, you know? Else return. And I think this is it, no? Let's run this. Uh-oh. Output is 20, expected 1. If not visited. Uh-oh. Am I literally counting every single one? Uh-oh. I'm literally counting every single block, am I not? Why is that happening? 4 by 5, yeah. This algorithm sucks. My output is 20. Still 20 here, oh boy. Okay, it's okay. If we read this carefully, we'll figure out why it's like this. Your island count starts with 0. For every row in range M, for every column in range N, if you have not visited the row and column, then the island count plus equals 1. DFS row, comma, column. Wait. This doesn't work if the land is 0, right? We have to check if it's even valid land. So if grid row column is equal to 1, meaning it's land, and it's not visited. Yeah. We can't increase our island count if it's water, right? And then DFS row, comma, column. Ooh. I see. I feel like that's only part of the problem. So DFS row column is up here. So if we're out of bounds, row is less than 0, column is less than 0, row is greater than or equal to M, or column is greater than or equal to... Why did I do this? That should be fine though. False times N times M, okay. So if the current block is land, then you mark it as visited equal true, else you return. Okay. And then here are the movements for movement and movements. Row plus, did I do these movements correctly? Left, wait, top, left, right, down. That should be right for movement and movements. You do DFS, row plus movement, column plus movement 1. That should be right? Was the only issue me going on water? Now the output is 0, fantastic. Why? For row in range M, if grid row column is equal to 1, oh, I see it. Dang it. These are strings. I'm using integers. The actual values, yeah, it's strings. No, I see. Let me just do a 1 here. Oh my goodness. So if row column is 1, did I do this anywhere else? Let me just control F. Yeah, that should be it. Okay. Run this boy. Uh-oh. Maximum recursion depth exceeded. Oh no, why? Oh, if it's visited, we should, because let's say you're here, right? You could move to the right to here, but then you could also move back to here, and then back to here, and then back to here. So we do have to check if it's visited already. I see. There's so many checks, holy. So if already visited, row, column, return. I probably can make this a lot more simpler, but for the sake of index out of range, oh, we should do this under here then. Run, please, work. Hey, there we go, we got it. Submit. I hope. No, why? Let's use this test case. Hi sir, I am noob, says Shanak. Hi Shanak. It's okay, if you do more Leetcode problems, you won't be noob anymore. So the answer is 4 over here. Why is it 4? Like, it's hard to visualize this. What? Oh. Go. Yeah, it's hard to visualize this problem if it's all in a row here, so I'm just going to draw it out. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and then 0, 1, 0. But yeah, how are we getting 3? What the frick? You aren't supposed to be able to. How are we getting 3? So it's literally like a diamond formation here. Okay. Do DFS? I am doing DFS. Okay. And not visited, row column. Are you saying that somehow I'm marking one of these incorrectly as visited during one of my visits? Okay, let's start printing out stuff. So print the current spot, current cube, current block is equal to row, column, and then we'll print new island if we increment our island stuff. Row column. How are we getting to the other ones from here? If row, so this is out of bounds check, return, or if we visited it, then you just return immediately, or so if we visited, or the grid row column is equal to 0, then you return immediately. Probably simplify this. movements are these. For each of these movements, DFS, should we actually print out which blocks we're visiting? So print visiting block, row, column. Sure, this might give us some clues. Oh wait, I should probably print this out underneath the out of bounds check. Make our lives easier too. Okay, what's up with this? Current block is 0, 0, Current block is 0, 1, and it says new island. That's good. Wait, how many new islands are we printing out? We're printing out 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, interesting. Oh. So we start out over here, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. We deem this as a new island, so we visit 0, 1 first, then 0, 0, okay. And then 0, 2. Wait, 0, 2. Yeah, makes sense. And then 1, 1. And then we move on. Current block is 0, 2. Current block is 1, 0, okay. We deem that as a new island. We visit 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, and then 2, 0. Yep, and then we visit block 1, 1, 1, 2, which we deem as a new island. So we visit row 1, 2, that's the current block. 0, 2 up here, 1, 1, and then 2, 2. Yeah. So far so good. And then we visit current block 2, 0, current block 2, 1. Interesting. Why are we not identifying this as a new island? 2, 1, and then 2, 2. Do we visit 2, 1 anywhere? I don't think we do. 2, 1. I feel like that's it. No? Why is 2, 1 not being considered a new island? And not visited? Row, column. Wait, this is crazy. Why is 2, 1 not being registered as a new island? Let's print out, is it being marked as visited? So let's print out the actual value. Are we marking the wrong thing as study says, hi, hello, how you doing? Okay, let's print out the actual value of the block. Value. And then let's print out its visited status. Print visited. And then we'll print out this shtick here. Okay, let's run this. That does not make sense. Why would we mark something as visited? So 2, current block is 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, and then 1. Why is it true, visited? Doesn't make sense. Whenever we're setting stuff as visited, it's over here. Okay, let's print whenever we're setting something to visited. Setting as visited. Or is it because it's... Actually, no, I'm not sure. This is the only place where we're setting something as visited, right? Visited. Are we doing this anywhere else? It's false by default. Okay, so setting as visited, row, column. Let's try to see where we're incorrectly setting the to 1. Okay, setting as visited, 01, 10. What? Why is visited true here? I don't understand. Hold on. Wait, no. Am I not doing the index out of bounds check here correctly? Wait, no. Current block 2-1. We're definitely setting it visited to true. Visited row column. I don't get it. What? How is this visited? Okay, let's do something here. Every time we do a DFS, we print out what the new visited status is. So print post DFS, and then we'll post the visited. Okay, let's go. Okay. Current block. Okay, this is when we're determining there's a new island. So after this one, we're doing false, true, false. Why is this all true? That's not correct. Post DFS. We're just visiting the first island. 0-1. 0-1. False, true, false. False, true, false. False, true. Ooh. We're onto something here. Why are we setting just the entire column to true? What's up with that? New island. What? We're just setting 0-1, no? 0-1. And then we're visiting 0-0, 0-2. Visited row column is equal to true. You know what? I'm kind of stumped right now. I'm gonna ask my best friend ChatGPT why this is wrong. No, I have to rely on him again. Let me first paste the question. Man, I hate relying on ChatGPT, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. When you're stuck, ask for help. Why is this solution wrong? Why is my visited 2D array not being updated correctly? Study says I'm a noob. Can I ask you, how did you come to the conclusion? It is a graph problem, by the way. Oh. Honestly, this one is from experience. And also, I'm pulling this problem from the blind 75 list. And this was in the graph one. But if I were to just look at this problem at face value, I mean, the algorithm in my head would be to like just color in every island, and then every time you come across a new island, color it in, right? That's kind of the intuition. For that, you would need some sort of like traversal here. Actually, you probably don't even need to think of it as a graph problem. You can probably just think of it as like a 2D array traversal, which I guess is kind of like graph. Yeah. I guess I just identified a way to... I identified that I needed to start at a cube at a spot and then branch outside. That's usually a graphing problem if you want to like traverse or branch out recursively. Yeah. It's the issue, you're initializing the visit array, but the lists are all references to the same object. What? Oh my goodness, really? So I have to do times n for blank in range. That's crazy to me. I did not know that. So I have to do... Oh, I should really write this down. Hold on, let me just try this. So instead of this, I have to do this thing for blank in it. So if I just do times... Can I have a minute or so of yours? Maybe? What do you need from me? Okay, dang it. I had a hunch it was this because we set the 1 here and everything was a 1 below. So it's this array for every blank in range m. Run this. There we go. Let me delete all my print statements. This is some useful knowledge that I gained here. Okay, submit this. We did it! Let's go. Bruzilla says, I am a doctor, new to these coding and stuff. Ooh, very cool. You're a doctor. Ooh, what could a doctor want from me? I have an idea or something, don't know where to start. Ooh, okay. Study accounts is damn nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to write this down. This is something new I've learned. So, wait, let me ask ChatGPT. So, if I multiply an array, it just duplicates the reference. Exactly, okay. That really sucks, I did not know that. Okay, let me write this in my notebook. Notebook ASMR. Python. I should probably initialize this in my 2D array. Sorry, write this in my list area. 2D list. So I should be doing... The correct syntax would be this thing. That's how you would do not references. Yeah. So you do like 0 times columns for blank in range rows. And then I'm going to write down, so the deval value false times columns times rows is not correct. So multiplication just duplicates the references, okay. So you get the same. Got it. Okay, that's useful information. Okay, Bruzila says, Pranyan.cam type, normally it's my portfolio website. I did that one for me from GitHub templates. Oh, .com? Pranyan.com is your portfolio website? Oh, you did it from GitHub templates. Very cool. Okay. Pranyan, it should be listed online. Ooh, why do you want me to look at your portfolio website? Do you want me to rate it or something? Pumbu says, how much time is it appropriate to spend on a single problem? Oh, it depends on the problem. But I would say, if you're spending more than 30 minutes just trying to come up with a solution, you might as well just look at the answer, because if you can't get it in 30 minutes, like thinking of the solution, chances are you're probably not going to get it. So it's better to save your time, not waste your time. Look at the solutions when you really need to, or look it up, you know. For the time total, like implementation included, I think it depends on the problem and your skill level too. Maybe if you're just starting off, 45 minutes for an easy problem to an hour. I don't know. Medium problem. Yeah, I don't know. It depends on your skill level. At least for me, if I'm spending more than 30 minutes on easy problem, that's the limit. I need to start looking at solutions. Hard problems can go like 1.5 hours maybe. Bruzilla says, I have an AI project. It will be easier for me to make you look at it instead of me explaining. Okay, let me look at this project.com. Ooh, did you vibe code this? I get the feeling that you vibe coded this. Oh, it's a stereotypical AI flash. AI loves this flashing thing and the animated colors too. Honestly though, vibe coding website is a skill in itself, so yeah. Dark mode is there? Where's dark mode? Oh, here it is. Oh, that's better. I can see the text easier. That's pretty cool that you vibe coded this. What is this? There's a timer here. Is it? Dang. Did you do this in Claude code or Cursor? Oh wait, you said GitHub? Oh. What is this? AI powered iridology. What's iridology? Iridology. An alternative medicine technique that claims to determine a person's health by analyzing characteristics of the iris. However, scientific evidence shows that iridology is not a reliable or accurate diagnostic tool, and it has no proven benefit compared to standard medical practice. Proponents believe the iris reveals information about systemic health, including past problems. Oh, okay. It's the doomsday. Brazilla says that's my time zone. Oh, interesting. Why would you put your current time here? What about the other people in the world? So it's 1:30 in your time zone. Brazilla says ChatGPT did the heavy lifting. That's still pretty good. The fact that you even got a website up and running is really impressive, especially with no coding experience. So good job on that. Wow, are you a real doctor? About. Hey, that's you. Nice. Ooh, where do you work? Am I allowed to see where you work? I can't read that. Did you cover it up on purpose? Kolkata. Final year BNYS student. Wait, I thought you said you're a doctor. You're still a student? Bachelor of Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences. Ooh, interesting. I focus on building AI-powered diagnostic tools and wellness solutions that make healthcare more personal, preventative, and accessible. Okay, so what's the product here? What's the product here? ML-based iris pattern analysis for preventative diagnostics. Okay, does it actually work? How do you know that it works? You speak Japanese? You speak Japanese? Nihongo ga ii desu ka? 大学生の時に日本語のクラスを取りましたか? Go to project section. I'm here. Oh. ML-based iris pattern analysis for preventative diagnostics. Alright. This is like a product page and a personal portfolio website at the same time. You wrote N5? Wait, that's pretty good, isn't it? N5? Study account says, meanwhile, I am a CS student with no portfolio website yet. To be honest, I have no portfolio website. Yeah, I don't think I have one. How important is a portfolio website actually? See the case study? Where's the case study about? Case studies? Testimonials? Where's the case studies? Case study. Vishal, where's the case study? Oh, here, case study projects. I have so many questions. How does this work? Oh, I have to read. Project deployed in future. Pranyan.ai, read case study. Tongue and facial images. Computer vision. Signal analysis, okay. I have no clue if any of this works. So you're trying to look for patterns in the iris, face, and tongue to diagnose stuff? Data scarcity. Oh, okay. Trust and explainability. Okay, well, it's good that you're being like upfront and honest about your challenges. Like, whenever I see an AI project that says, we are so accurate, like 99% accurate, it raises like, oh, my model stopped moving. No, how come? Oh, there we go, I'm back. Whenever I see AI products that are like, oh, we are so accurate, it gives me like immediate red flag, especially if it's with LLMs, because LLMs by nature are not deterministic. So it's good that you're being upfront about challenges that you're facing. Okay, I wish you best of luck. Do you give contests in Leetcode or code forces? I do. I used to stream the Leetcode weekly contests, but I wrote an email to, I cut Leetcode a ticket asking them, can I stream it? And then they said that I would get permabanned if I continue streaming it, because technically people can see my answers and then copy off of me, even though I'm not even that good at it. So, okay, fine, Sai, I'll look at this. Sai is just spamming his submission. Oh. Sure, let's leave this page. What did you do, Sai? You have about the same runtime complexity as me, I think. This is really simple, what the heck? ij00 for count in 0, for every I, for every j, basically for every row, for every column. If it's 1, then explore ij grid, count plus equals 1, and then you return count. Why is this so simple compared to mine? Where did I go wrong? Holy. Depth explore. Interesting. So he's not even checking the visited thing here. Explore, so if it's out of bounds, then return. If it's 0, then return. If grid is 0, oh, that's clever. So you're not making a new 2D array to track if they're visited or not. You're directly using the island. You're destroying the island. Okay, yeah. So you're setting the original 2D array grid to 0 to mark if you visited before. And then you continue exploring. I see. So it's the equivalent of in Minecraft, you're like, oh, I visited here before, stomp this island down, flatten it. Okay, now we can never go back to it, explain. Again. Brazilla says, yep, that's why I don't want it go towards public, instead just towards healthcare specialists, which will be a tool to get suggestions. Oh, I like your wording. Tool to get suggestions. So it's not like a definitive thing. It's like, okay, I'm liking this more and more then. It's good that you're like, I don't know, I guess acknowledging that it might not be 100% accurate. You're checking off, or you're putting down all the red flags one by one. Can you tell me any advices that will help me in this case? I really don't know. I think it would help to have like benchmarks to show like how accurate this thing really is. Do you have any tests or benchmarks? You're actually in luck. I work for an actual AI company. Let's see. So AI companies like us, when we're trying to evaluate how accurate our product is, we either take an existing benchmark of tests or we create our own test set to run our product against, and then we can be like, okay, our product is like 80% accurate, 90% accurate against this specific test set. I think that's important to note. If you're saying that your product is like 80% accurate, 90% accurate, you have to give context, like, okay, which test set did we run this against? Otherwise, if you just say 80% accurate, 90% accurate, without context, it's like, that seems really fishy. Red flags everywhere, you know? I don't know if you have any of that. Even if it's like your own test set that you made yourself, that's fine too, as long as you're transparent that this is the test set that I've made myself, and you release it publicly, and you say that, okay, my product is 80% accurate with this test set. That will build trust on your product. It's even better if you can find a publicly available test set that other people are training on, and you can give like a high percentage on that publicly accessible benchmark too. Like if there's already a, if somebody already released like a test set with a bunch of iris scans and the actual list of, I don't know, diseases or health problems related to that person, like there's an actual answer key, and you run your product on it and you're like, oh, it's able to be 75% accurate, 80% accurate, that would be really good. So far I don't see any of that. But you are saying that's in progress, so I guess that makes sense. Brugilla says there was dataset which was given for diabetic analysis of iris datasets, which almost gave them 0.9 plus accuracy. I read them in a case study online. Oh, okay. So this is not your product, right? This is somebody else's product. So yeah, that's good for them. That dataset is available online. Perfect. Yeah, you can take that dataset and use it as a benchmark for your own product and see how accurate it is. That's a really good first step then. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're just like posting this and you're like, yeah, it's accurate, trust me, that's really fishy. That just seems fishy. But yeah, I work for an AI company, not a fancy one like OpenAI. We're like a LLM wrapper company. But LLM wrapper companies, the good ones, they have numbers to back up their products sometimes. There's supposed to be like benchmarks out there for coding agents too, like how performant it is on certain tasks. There is one company I know called Factory. It was able to beat Claude Code and Codex on certain like agentic coding tasks, which immediately like gave it so much attention and shot up its stock, even though it was a startup. Sorry, by shooting up its stock, I mean just gained a lot of positive attention publicly. So yeah, I guess that would be an advice. Okay, well this problem wasn't so bad, number of islands. Next time we'll probably do longest consecutive sequence. What is this problem? Return the length of the longest consecutive element sequence. Why is this a graph problem? In O of n time, return the length of the longest consecutive element sequence. Longest consecutive element sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4. Bro, how? Okay, we'll discover this next time then. Alright, yeah, we'll do this next time. Okay, I'm done for today. Thanks Bruzilla for coming along. I'll see you guys next time then. Bye. Bruzilla says, yep, I wanted to include some more diagnostic purposes like pulse, diagnosis, tongue. All of them are definitive values, and that every diagnosis, me including this, will give a separate value. Ooh, lots of parts to this project. Yeah, best of luck on that. I hope it works out. It will be so cool if eventually it's like real world impact. Alright, I'm going. Bye guys.